Hello and good evening, everybody. I hope that you are doing well on this beautiful evening. I again apologize. I have not been here for a while. Um, I have been extremely busy since my stroke, getting everything situated and getting just everything put into place has been crazy, fighting with my insurance company and then organizing everything. And it's just one thing after another. Anyway, I think I finally got things figured out. And next week I start my physical and occupational therapy. Finally, it's only been a month and like 3 weeks since I've had my stroke. Um, and I've been in speech therapy already. So not that I really need that a whole lot, but it's been helpful. Anyway, I am coming today with a Q&A video. It's kind of a fun little get to know me, I guess, kind of thing, because I get asked all the time all these same types of questions, whether it's on here or on other apps or online when I'm playing with my friends or when I'm doing presentations or when I'm doing community work. I get asked these same things all the time. And so I thought I would do a not heavy video and at least put something up for y'all to watch if you're interested. If not, it's totally fine. It's just a little bit of question and answers of, what I like and um, just things like that. I hope that you are all doing well and staying safe and enjoying the summer. I know it has been incredibly hot, and I am so very thankful to be blessed with central air. I know a lot of people are not. I'm also hoping that your area is staying safe from all the severe weather. We've had quite a lot where I am, but thankfully the tornadoes have pretty much been missing us, thankfully. Anyway, you are allowed to ask questions or comment or reply. I just ask that you are respectful. And if you are a troll, I will completely ignore you. But if you have a serious question that pertains to my comment or my content, or you would like to know something or have a personal video with an explanation of anything, please let me know, and I will be more than happy to do those things for you. I am still working on the resin thing that I talked about in a previous video. It is just taking me a long time because everything I do is much slower now, and there's a lot more going on in my life right now. So those of you waiting to see my resin and jewelry, I just ask for some more patience. It's gonna be a bit because I've got a lot going on. Anyway, let's get started. Okay, so what do I do for work? Well, I don't do work per se, as I am disabled, but I do work in the community. I don't get paid, but what I do are presentations where I go to places and I do what's called survivor speak. Um, and it's not usually just me. Usually it's a group of survivors. We go to places and talk about our stories. And then people ask us questions and we answer. I was doing this thing where I was going to my community college and high school to the psychology classes, and I was telling about my story, and then a lot of the things that I shared with them was very helpful for what they were learning in regards to abuse and survivors and the things that we go through and how we think and process and deal and the aftermath of survival. And it's incredibly helpful to people that are going into psychology, wanting to help other survivors and victims, to hear from other survivors and not just learn out of books. And that is what my main focus on, besides my channel. I want to bring awareness to the community, especially the mental health community, because not everybody is a book. Not everybody is going to be helped from the books that you learn from. Abuse, recovery, and all of that stuff is so much more complicated than putting us all into a book of, well, the book says this is what I need to do and this is what I need to say, and it doesn't. We are not all bookcases, basically. So, and to me, it's important that the mental health community understands that while books can be helpful, it's really more helpful to hear from other survivors, victims, personally, because there's so much to be said and so many things that can be answered and so much help out there that is available for learning really how to relate to and help the person that you are dealing with, instead of looking at the book and going, well, it says that, because we're not all the same thing. So that's what I do for work. What are my favorite hobbies? Before my stroke, I loved karaoke. I still do. I haven't been able to get out there and do it, but it is on my list to go back and do. I love making resin jewelry, but right now I am unable to do that. I love to diamond paint again, and I'm not able to do that right now because my left arm doesn't allow for me to really have a lot of control over it right now. So all of these hands-on things that I love to do are very hard for me to do right now. And also, when I had COVID in October, I started losing my singing voice, even though I was a singer in a band. And then after I started having seizures, which we now know were many strokes for the last year and a half, every single time I would have one of those, it would take more of my voice away. And after I had my stroke, it pretty much finished off my singing voice. So the biggest reason I'm in speech therapy is to try to retrain my vocal cords so I can hopefully sing again, because I really miss doing that, and singing was a major thing that I absolutely love to do. I mean, I still sing even though I sound like crap, but I would like to get good enough that I could join another band possibly at some point. And I'd also like to get the ability back to do my resin art, because I really truly miss doing my resin art, because I absolutely love being creative. How did I survive my childhood? These are in no particular order. These are just, I was writing down things I remembered people asking me multiple times. So how did I survive my childhood? That is a very complicated question. I don't know. there's a lot that goes into that, and it's very complicated, it's very complex, it's very it's hard to explain unless you're a survivor yourself or you're going through it yourself. It's hard to explain to somebody who's not been through it how we get up each day and find the strength, the ability, and the mental fortitude to go through what we're going through and to figure out how to survive. I could possibly do a longer video on that if that is something people are interested in. However, if I go into details of that right now, then going through my 20 questions is going to take a very long time. So if you are actually curious about more information about that, leave a comment below and I will do a video specifically on that. But it's complicated. Every case is different. And speaking of that, how did you know how to do what to do at such a young age? Again, it's complicated. Your brain is so incredibly adaptive and unbelievably smart. And you very quickly learn survival skills. I don't care what age you are. If you're being traumatized or abused or beaten or whatever, your brain is going to learn how to read people very quickly. And you're going to learn very quickly how you survive those situations. What you do, what you don't do, what you say, what you don't say, how you react, how you don't react. I was 5 when my abuse officially started. I don't know how my brain knew how to keep me alive. Trial and error, but it did its job, and I'm still here. So your brain just learns. Again, it's something I can't really explain quickly. Do you like doing your presentations? Absolutely. I love doing my presentations. Sometimes it's hard to talk about some of the things. Most of the time it's not. I know that when I'm doing my presentation, not only am I helping myself by sharing pieces of my story that I know are going to help other people, but I know that I'm helping other people because I can see when people are relating to the things that I'm talking about, because there's like this look they get, or there's like a, like, oh, that made sense kind of thing. So I have done probably about 50 presentations. I started just before COVID, and then of course COVID came and ruined all that. But altogether, I've done about 50, maybe a little bit less. I'm not exactly 100% sure, but it's so fascinating when you resonate with somebody, when you get on that level and they finally feel like they're not the only one that's going through it, and you can see that they realize I'm not dealing with this by myself. And especially when they come up to you afterwards and they talk to you one-on-one about how what you said was so helpful and how they don't feel alone anymore, because they thought that they were the only ones that were going through something that resonated with. I've had 2 people specifically come up to me and literally tell me that I saved their lives. That night, these were 2 different people, 2 different times, a couple months apart. One was at the high school, one was at college. Didn't know each other. They both came up to me after my presentation, and they both said that they weren't going to go to school that day, but they felt that they needed to. And they didn't really know why, because they had already planned that night they were going to. And so they were like, why do I need to go to school? Like, what's the point? I don't know. But they said that they both felt like they needed to go. And they went and they heard my presentation. And then it dawned on them, I needed to hear this. This is why I needed to go. And they both told me if I didn't come today, I wouldn't be here right now, because I had everything planned. I had already written out my letter. I already knew what I was doing. I was just waiting for the time to do it, and it was going to be today. So I just want to let you know, you literally stopped me from myself. And that's how I know that what I'm doing is a powerful thing. And what any of us survivors are doing that are sharing our stories is a powerful thing, because even if you don't feel like you are helping other people to relate or to resonate or to help somehow, some way, you are. There are so many people out there that are being abused, so many people out there that have survived abuse, and they fall into drugs and alcohol and other means of escape because they feel so alone. They feel so unworthy. They feel so much like life isn't worth living for, and there's just nothing better out there. And when they can find somebody that they can relate with, or that's been through something similar, because we all, nobody goes through the same exact thing. Even if you've got 5 people in the same room experiencing the same exact thing, you're all going to take different things from it. You're not all going to have the same exact story, feelings, thoughts, ways of how you're interpreting it, how you need help with it, etc. Because even though you all just experience the same exact thing, your brain is going to take different things differently. And it's just so fascinating how, like, my sibling and I, now again, he didn't go through as much as I did, but the things that we did share, it's fascinating how his brain is so, or his memories are so different than mine. But anyway, yes, I love doing my presentations. Every presentation I do, I know I'm helping somebody, and I am also helping myself further. What do you hope for your channel? I just hope I'm helping people to heal, to feel like they're not so alone, to have a place to go, to ask questions if they want to, or to just hear something maybe they need to hear to keep going. Ultimately, I just want people out there to know that they're not alone, and that even though people won't know exactly what you're going through, because we can't all exactly know everything, but we all have our own, all of us victims and survivors have our own stories, but we can all relate in specific ways together. And my channel, my hope is that I'm just reaching the people out there that need the messages that I'm providing, whether it's a daily positive quote, which I'm planning to start going back to doing, or if it's something in my story, or if it's one of the narcissistic, or domestic violence or any of the quotes or any of the facts or any of the anything that I am providing. I just want to help other people to know that they're not alone and to heal in however that they can, because this is very hard to go through, and especially when you're trying to heal and you're healing around people that don't know what it's like to be a survivor or even a victim. You know, and I just want to be a helpful beacon, I guess. And again, like I said, if you have questions, if you want to reach out to me, you just leave a comment below and I will figure out how to make that happen. I have lots of advice available and ways for help. What did you want to be when you grew up? Literally, from 5 years old, the only thing I wanted to be, and this was before the abuse started, I wanted to be a mom. That is straight up 100% the only thing I wanted to be. I wanted to get married, not for the fact of getting married, but because I wanted a baby. I wanted to be a mom. Unfortunately, that was something that never happened. I have 4 children. I had 3 pregnancies, and none of them made them full term. I miss my babies every single day, and I hope one day to be reunited with them. And following that dream, I wanted to be a singer in a rock band, which I was for a little while, or a movie star, which I still would love, but it's never gonna have. Mostly I just want to go back to singing. I miss that so much. But again, having dreams and wanting to just grow as a normal person is really hard when you're having to be people or a person that you're not, because it means survival. But anyway, that's complicated too. What do you do for fun? What do I do for fun? Right now, fun is not really something I'm focused on because of everything I'm dealing with, trying to get situated with the after stroke, getting my life back. Again, I love to sing. I like to watch movies. I love to spend time with my husband. I love to snuggle with my puppy. I love to talk to my best friend. Can't really do any of my creative stuff right now, which really bums me out. As I'm sitting here surrounded by all of my crafting and resin items, and it's just like, I want so badly to just pick something up and just start making it, but I can't. So basically it's just a lot of watching movies, singing, talking to my friend. Oh, I do play video games. I play Red Dead Redemption, and I play Grand Theft Auto. Not so much for that one. I'm more into Red Dead, but I have a group of friends that I play with and really enjoy it. And because my hand still works, I'm able to do my controller. So, hey. Is it hard to talk about your childhood? Not really. Um, I have been in therapy for over 10 years. I have done tremendous amounts of healing. Um, excuse me. Excuse me. Um, the presentations that I do have helped me to not be shy about the things I talk about and the things that I share. Having this channel has made it so I am not shy or uh, embarrassed about the things I talk about. Have I told you guys everything? No. Will I? I don't know. I guess it depends on how popular it gets and if people really actually give a crap about, what my story is. Because I have a lot, so much more to talk about, so very much more. And until I feel like my story is going to matter, I don't really know how much I really want to dig up, like really deep down into the nitty gritty and talk about it, because unless it's really gonna matter or people actually really want to hear it, I don't really want to go through the emotions of having to bring it up and talk about it and remember it and then, you know, just have it sit there for nobody to care about. So, unless people care about it, I'm probably not going to share a whole lot. I will share things from here and there, but um, there's just so much. Just so much. But anyway, I like how the sun is making my hair look kind of crimped back from the 80s. I miss my crimper. But, moving on. ADHD is so much fun. And I can't take my Adderall currently because of my AFib, because they don't want it to cause another heart problem or another stroke. So I am not medicated for my ADHD right now, and it's irritating. But I'm doing surprisingly well. Did you really have a stroke? Yes, I did. I had what's called an ischemic stroke. So I had a blood clot that went to my brain. With having AFib, my heart doesn't beat like it's supposed to. It kind of quivers, and the quivering allows blood to pool in an area, I'm not quite sure exactly where, and it kind of pools there, and it like kind of congeals, and if it doesn't get pumped out, it creates a clot. And so the last year and a half, I've been having mini strokes, which were thought to be seizure, even though I wasn't having seizures when they monitored my brain. So they were like, we don't really know what these are. Like, we don't know what's happening to you. But now it all makes sense that this whole time I was having many seizures. Not seizures, strokes, sorry. They're called TIAs, which where I was having strokes that weren't releasing blood clots, or were, but they weren't causing problems, so to speak. The day I had my stroke, the theory is the big blood clot that was forming in my heart, because again, it doesn't beat like it's supposed to. It just kind of quivers and does what it does, release the clot that went to my brain. And predominantly my right side has a lot of quite bad damage. And it's actually a freaking miracle that I am as good off as I am, considering how much of my brain, my right side of my brain is dead. So yes, I really did have an ischemic stroke. And my biggest problem is my vision is not very good right now, but I'm going to go see an eye specialist within the next week or two. I'm probably going to end up with new glasses. And then my left arm, I have hand control, but my arm is heavy and doesn't like to do what I want it to do. It kind of wants to do its own thing. So those are my main issues. At first I couldn't walk, and it was thought that I wouldn't be able to because I couldn't feel my left leg. I couldn't move my left leg. I can walk. I can walk short distances now. I did get a wheelchair about 3 days ago. I'm trying not to use it as much as possible, but again, I have to do what is safe for me. So it really sucks. What is your favorite movie? Hands down, Fifth Element. That is my very absolutely most 100% favorite movie. Fifth Element. And then I don't know if any of you know the animated cartoon The Last Unicorn, the old one with the soundtrack from America. That's my second favorite movie. How did you and your husband meet? My husband and I met in high school. We were 16 years old, and I was just coming out of a very bad relationship, which at some point I am going to do a video on. Oh, my storage is running low. But it's a long story, but not really. We met in high school, and we've been together ever since. So we've been together. The next question is, how long have you been together? 27 years married this November, 30 years altogether in October. Do you have any kids? Not living. Do you have any pets? Yes, I have a Chihuahua who's almost 5 pounds. What coping tools can you share? I can't get into that right now. I'm running out of space. If you want to know, let me know, and I'll do another video. What are your triggers? Again, let me know if you want to know. What mental illnesses has your trauma caused? If you want to know, let me know. Do you have any positive childhood memories? I do. If you want to know, let me know. And then, who is your favorite band? Oh my God, I have so many, but out of order. But first, most popular, my absolute first, by far, favorite band is 3 Days Grace. Then we have Linkin Park with Chester. I don't care about the new stuff. I like the older stuff with Chester. Evanescence, Seether, Disturbed, Korn, Bad Wolf, Stone Sour, Shinedown, Citizen Soldier, Worn Torn, Billie Eilish. Yes, go figure. I don't care. I don't like a lot of her songs. I like some of her songs. And then Five Finger Death Punch. And there are more, but that's all I got for now. Anyway, I love you all. Take care. If you want to know the answers to these other questions, please drop a comment in below, and I will be happy to share them with you. Please stay safe, take care, and be blessed. Love you.